Hello everybody, this is Jacob from Funzier1 and I am reviewing the LG Tribute from Virgin Mobile USA. And if you didn't watch my unboxing, I'm sorry about the shaky video and the little bit of the weird platform here, but that is because my camera is at home. It was getting fixed, and so I actually don't have it here at college with me yet. So I'll hopefully have that back soon. So first of all, this is the LG Tribute, which is only $79.99 on virginmobile.com. And it's a pretty good sized phone for, $80. And I really do like the feel of it. It's got a very, if you didn't watch the unboxing, you should do that, but it has got a very smooth, like slick white back and then a black front, and I like the contrast. And really the design feels great in your hand. So that's this phone. Let me just open it up here quick for you. 2 missed calls, interesting. This phone, it's pretty fast. It has a quad-core processor, and I'll get to that in a minute. But it's pretty fast, and it overall, it's not horrible, but maybe not the phone that I would buy if I were you. So let's just continue with the review here. Some of the specs are, it has Android 4.4.2 KitKat. So, I mean, a relatively new version. It has a 4.5-inch screen with only 207 ppi, which is pixels per inch, which means that the screen, try to do this, I'm filming with my iPhone right now because I don't have it, so that didn't work very well. But yeah, the screen is not very good quality because it is only, it's pretty pixelated. Then there is a 5 megapixel camera on this with a flash, and also 1080p video recording from that. It's got a 0.3 megapixel front-facing camera, which is not much at all, and I'll get to that later, but if you're even going to use it for Snapchat, I would not get this phone. The camera was pretty bad. Alright, and this phone has a 1200 megahertz quad-core processor with 1 gigabyte of RAM. So quad-core, that's a lot of cores. And then 4 gigabytes of storage, but you only get 1.45 available when you get the phone. Luckily though, it does take an SD card, so that can be up to 32 gigabytes, I believe, for this one. The battery on the upside is 21 milliamp hours, and that battery will last forever on standby. I haven't charged it for quite some days now, and it's still running. And I did use it quite a bit for YouTube and stuff, playing music in my room. Bluetooth. So basically, the battery is really good on this phone, and it even has LTE, so that doesn't help with battery life, but it was not bad on this phone. And as you can see here, I actually have a solid LTE signal for once. As if you've watched my other videos, you know that I never have a good LTE signal, if I have one at all, or even Sprint in general. So actually, LTE is new in this area, and well, I've got a good signal, but we'll get to speed tests of that later. So, right now, let's review the messaging. Good, I deleted all my messages. Didn't do that much messaging on here because I know I didn't give out my the number of this phone. I would give it out now. You might end up seeing it in the video, I don't know, but there's really no point because I'll be sending it back soon. But, so I'm sorry about that if you had a question for me or wanted to text. Anyway, I did do some texting on here, and I feel like when I do new messages, it's going to pop up a list of names here. So let me just, no, it didn't. Alright, so this is the messaging layout. This is LG, but it's a similar layout to the Samsung phones. So it comes default with the LG keyboard and swipe, and I got rid of the LG keyboard right away. It was really, really bad. And I'm still not a huge fan of swipe. I would download the Google keyboard, but swipe does its thing, so that is what I used. And it's going to be hard to kind of type with one hand and try to film through the camera, so I'm sorry if the camera's off while I do this, but let's see. The quick round box jumped over the, I don't even know what the thing is, we'll say red dog, and it got Ted dog. Again, it's very responsive, but in general, I feel like the keyboard would be great if I downloaded the Google keyboard, which I did not do. So, whatever keyboard you like, basically what matters is it's responsive, and this phone handled messages very well with its nice quad-core processor. So I would say you're in the clear for messaging. So now that we passed messaging, let us go on to the browser. And there is a browser here, but you know me, I always use Chrome. So here's my Chrome. And I am running on LTE since I actually get a signal. So I'm sorry I keep setting it down and picking it up, but it's hard to do things with one hand. So here's some pinch to zoom. Not super responsive, but it's pretty darn smooth scrolling, and the page is not even done loading yet fully. So let me just show you scrolling. Scrolling's really good. It's very smooth. Overall browsing was good on this phone. So let's go to phonedog.com. We'll do it in a new tab because we can do that. So we will search. Oh, nope, not interested. All right, let's try to get some PhoneDog. If the keyboard will pop up. phonedog.com. And this is on LTE. All right. And it's not quite done loading yet, but I think you can get the picture. We can scroll here. And now it's being a little non-responsive. But you can see, oh, now it's done loading. And actually scrolling's a bit worse on this page, but there's a lot of stuff on it. And there's this little nagging thing here. Better, but not nearly as good as on that last page, which was a very simple page. And there's no pinch to zoom on this page. So that's the browser. Overall, it's not bad really at all. But a couple scrolling issues, as you can see when you get to a bit bigger of a web page. Though I believe this is a mobile version. It looks like it. Alright, well now that we did browser, let us go to the camera. And there's not much to say that's good about the camera, sadly. Let's see, what can I take a picture of? It's a book that I have here, reading for French class. Let's try to take a picture. So the good news is, you can see, well, can you see? There, yeah, you can kind of see that in the video, but the shutter is very quick. Shutter is quick, and also it focuses very fast, like when you, up close, sorry about that. When you get close, okay, it's already in focus, but if you were to, I don't know, let's focus over there. And then, yeah, you can see it focuses very fast. So the good thing about the camera is it focuses fast. The bad thing is it's not very good quality. And let's see if we can get it so you can kind of see. Well, in the picture here it looks not bad, but trust me, on the actual camera and when you take pictures of other things, it's not great. Really, I wasn't too impressed with the quality, but I'm very happy that it's not one of the lagging shutters, because there's nothing worse than, you know, not being able to get the picture. It's better to get something than not get anything at all. And let me just pop open the camera one more time and show you the front-facing camera. I don't know if you can tell, but it's very blurry, and there's no way to focus. Hey. And you can see how blurry it is. That is not the phone not focusing. That is actually how blurry it is. So, not impressed at all with the front-facing camera, and that's what I was saying. I wouldn't even call it selfie-worthy, but that's just me. Alright, so that is the camera. Now let us move on to something greater and better, like speed tests. Or maybe not greater and better, we'll see. I'm gonna do a speed test, and then we'll look at some of the past ones that I have also done on LTE in similar places or right here. So first of all, I'd like to take note of how you can't actually see the speed, because for some reason in this app there's always an ad bar right where you need to see. And yeah, ad covers the page. Yeah, we're gonna report it this time. And it's still there for some reason. But anyway, after it's done, you can see we only got 2.19 megabits per second. Ping is fine. And around 6 point something, I think, for upload. 7.02. So now that is pretty consistent. I am using the closest server You can see 2.19, 1.73, 3, 3, 7, 4. That's not very fast at all. And LTE is new in this area. It just came like last summer. But, I mean, regardless, I have full bars right now. Or almost full bars. You know, a really good signal. And so I should be getting faster results than that. I was going to do a speed test comparison with AT&T, but then I realized I'm filming with my iPhone, and so I can't. So I did a speed test right before, and I wrote down the numbers. I got 17.74 megabits per second down and 20.61 upload, and that is AT&T. So again, that depends by area, time of day, all that. But in general, Sprint is slower than the others, and that again doesn't really directly pertain to this phone. Whoa, did that turn it off? That's cool. I didn't know that. There you go, double tap to turn off the screen. Okay, so that is speed tests. Let us get into Quadrant now. Turn off network connection to run benchmark app. Now that's new, isn't it? I haven't, alright, well, I have not experienced that before. But I guess we'll airplane mode it here. Alright, Quadrant. Maybe I just haven't used this app for a while. Run benchmark. While that's going, I'll just say I made some phone calls on this phone. The person on the other end of the line could hear me fine, and I could hear it was not bad quality. It just, I mean, it wasn't the best sound quality, but there's nothing wrong with it. Like some phones are tinny or silent or whatever, but this one didn't really have anything wrong. It just wasn't the best. Also, playing music loud, I couldn't stand. The speaker on this phone and the loudspeaker, it just is bad and kind of like harsh sound and not like a rounded tone. So, I don't know. I stuck to my Bluetooth speaker for playing music. Also, something to note, you can't play HD videos. You can actually... Alright, so how's it supposed to submit? I guess we won't be doing a benchmark if it won't let me use the app, and it won't let me Alright, well, I guess for some reason it does not want me to do a quadrant test, but I'm guessing it would not be bad because that does use the oh, there we go, battery's getting low. It does use the what was I saying? The quad-core processor. So here's the get rid of apps page. You can't do two at once, sadly, but this is kind of an interesting little square layout instead of the usual up, just 1, 2, 3 right there. Okay, well, Quadrant didn't work out, but let's just do a little Tempo Run 2 super quick here. I've only opened this app once. I haven't actually played it, so it might take a little longer than usual. Alright, good. And everything seems to be working pretty darn well. Again, this app doesn't require a whole ton of processing, but... Oops. Oh, I made it. Alright, that's that. So again, not too bad. Really, with a quad-core processor, that helps a lot. But overall, I would say that I would pass on this one. And it is $80, and it is overall pretty fast. The browser's good, texting's good. If you just need it for a simple browser and texting, I would get this phone. But if you're getting into the camera, it just isn't good, and especially the front-facing camera. Also, really one of the main reasons I would say not to maybe get this phone is because I had a lot of forced closes. Some of them were in the Play Store, some of them were just random, not even doing much, like messaging, and it would just force close. So that's never good to have in a phone, and I know you know it's frustrating if something force closes and loses all your stuff. So another big reason to pass, and it is $80, but I feel like there are possibly other phones out there for less than $100, or at least less than $150, that might be just a better option. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but you cannot play HD video on YouTube because the screen is such low quality. Basically, you're limited to not even 480. What is it? 440. You are stuck to 360 pixel video, so not too great. YouTube videos don't look great. I mean, they load a lot faster, but you know, that's just something you have to deal with. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at FunZeer1. Try to post some updates there and stuff like that. Also, like the Facebook page. It's facebook.com/FunZeer1, and subscribe to me on YouTube. That helps a lot. And again, thanks for watching. That's what helps the most. Bye.